Stop the war!
Stop the war.
Which war?
All of them.
Paper. Revolution. Revolution.
Revolution?
Yeah.
Revolution, really?
Prefiere español or inglés?
No, I speak English. I speak Russian too, by the way.
Okay. Well, I
So-
don't have any Russian, and I don't speak Russian, but I speak those other two languages.
Yeah, revolution. That sounds very, very familiar.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
it's
happened in 1917. What is that about?
Well, this is about those revolutions did great things, but they also had shortcomings and they were set back. And there's now a leader with a whole new vision, a building on all that.
Who is that?
Avakian, and there's going to be a meeting tomorrow night. Revolution books that you ought to come to about it.
Sure. But I read so many, not only did I read so many books on revolution, I actually lived it. And it used to suffer 29 years.
I'm sorry, but where did you live?
Moscow?
They hadn't had socialism there from way before you were born. That was state capitalism. You know, they called it socialism, but it was not about emancipating humanity. It had already changed. The revolution that Lenin started had already been reversed. Then they finally, with Brezhnev, they finally just gave up pretending anymore.
Who, Brezhnev?
You know, when they just openly brought back saying they were capitalists, but before that they already were. That was not anything in common with what we're about. On our website, there's a whole thing about these revolutions that you ought to go and look at.
Sure, but what are going to accomplish with the revolution, and how this time is it going to be different than Lenin's revolution? And by the way,
Wait. Lenin's revolution, we're building on that. That was a real revolution.
that was the real
But
revolution.
that was the first time in human history people did that. There would be mistakes they made. We can learn from those and do better. That's a long discussion, and tomorrow night is going to be when you could talk about it.
But you think it's possible to do it this time differently?
Well, not only possible, but we have a leader with a vision and a plan to do exactly that.
What's the plan? I mean, if you can share just,
Well, it's a new synthesis of revolution. It's a major discussion. You should come tomorrow night, go to this website.
But the gist, I'm just really curious because, I came from the part of the world where it did
Well,
not
first of all, what you experienced was not socialism.
It was not socialism, okay.
It was state capitalism. In this country, for example, the Pentagon is not more socialist than Wall Street. If the government is controlled by people that are out for themselves, enriching themselves, and a new elite, that's no more socialist than privately owned stuff. That you've got to have a state that is about the masses of people being empowered and going to a society where
masses of people be in power. So that's the step one. I mean, you said you use the word plan. I love it. See, I'm a businessman, so. And basically, generally in life, we always have plans. You have a plan for today. I'm sure you have a plan as to what you're going to do tomorrow. It's a big plan. What are you going to do, your plan for the revolution?
I've already told you, you should go to this website. There's major things there. And right here in the middle of this protest, it's not the time when we could really get into that. You should dig into it. Come tomorrow night, okay?
Okay.
If you'd like to get a paper, it tells you more about it. The paper's a donation, $1 or $2 if you can.
But doesn't that go against kind of socialist principles?
Excuse me. Look, don't play games with me. You know as well as I do that it costs money to print this. If we don't ask you for the money, where the hell are we getting the money from?
I don't know. How it's going to work in social? You tell me. Because in socialism, there should be no...
We have to rely on the people. We have to have a revolution to have socialism.
But what about money? Are you going to abolish money?
Not immediately. That takes a period of time. You should get the paper.
And give you $1?
Or $2. Okay?
Can you give it to me for free? A true socialist?
Look, I'm not going to dignify you're saying bullshit and you know it.
All right.
of our newspaper 2 weeks ago. That was on
Your
the front
newspaper.
Of the, yeah,
I mean, do you really believe that? I mean, in the heart of hearts, that Trump is a KKK member.
Yes,
that is
he's so fascist.
really.
So what gave rise to him was capitalism. So he's not even the problem.
So he's not what? Capitalism is the problem.
It's capitalism the problem.
Capitalism is the problem. How so?
How so?
Right.
Well, you know it was founded on genocide and slavery, right?
What? Capitalism?
No, United States of America.
Well, I mean, at the time, slavery was all over the world. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Have an actual revolution.
Really? It's a good. It's.
Do you need any more flyers?
Yeah.
I took a couple. Okay, did you run out of papers?
Yo.
Do you have any
So say it again, please.
Are you trying to get a picture of this? Because you don't need to take my
Dump
picture.
Trump.
Did you want a picture?
Sure. Yeah.